God has a system in place that is like the emergency broadcast system that can supersede anything that's going on in the world to tell us what's going on. And he says he's got it. He's got the plan. Don't fear, don't fret. Just hang on tight, buckle up, and seek him. Plant your roots, drink of that water, and prepare for the good things that are coming. Hi, this is Rose Martin. Welcome to New Moon Celebrations. Today we are going to get a little stability here in this craziness that's going on in the world. Do you know that even though things are going on, craziness, there's always a plan of God, there's always the stability of God. He shows us in the heavens, and he also has a plan for every month. Every month there's a new area to focus on so that we can get a little closer to God, to get a little firmer in our foundation. And this is what we're doing this month. We're going to take a look again at what is going on in this month that will give us strength and help us to build our foundation, to build our life in the Lord. So this month in the Hebrew calendar is Shevat, S-H-E-V-A-T, Shevat. Sounds like Shabbat, but it's Shevat. And this month is actually the month of the New Year for the trees. It's always a new kind of New Year, New Years, many new starts. And so this is a time of the New Year for the trees where silently they are getting ready to burst forth. In the Jewish culture, this is the time of the year where they look at their trees and see predict how much fruit that they're going to predict by looking at what the symbols are, or little buds or whatever they predict, and then base their tithe on that. So they're already looking for the future year to see how much they're going to be able to give the Lord. And this is the thing that we can also do right now in this time. So it's a crazy time. What can we give the Lord? We don't know. But this is a shift month. We're shifting from a dormancy, confusion, sleeping, unawake, to a new shift, a new way. And this is not only this month, this happens every year. This is the cycle. We always look and see then what are we going to do for the next year? Is there a new thing now after all the winter dormancy and we're cold and ready for sunshine and ready to get going? The juices are starting to flow. So at this time we seek. We also had that conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, the star of Bethlehem. That is a shift, a big shift. And that this month again encourages the shift. We're shifting from an old way, a set way in the world that has corrupted itself through power, status, prestige, lies, corrupted. And the Lord is getting rid of that. The Lord warned us over 2 years ago, and maybe longer. This is when I start paying attention. I start seeing the pattern. To get ready, build your foundation, because a big shift is coming. This shift that we're experiencing now in the world is the culmination, not the culmination, the crescendo of what began January 2020. This is where we had the start of the coronavirus and that whole takeover, government telling us what to do, when to go, when to stay, get shots, no shots, government authority. So now comes the break. That Bethlehem star said we're done with that. We are done with this corrupt system, and we're moving to the new, where we care about people, where we care about spirituality, where we care about righteousness and goodness and spirituality. So this month now continues on, and as we look at the month, we have a little anomaly that's going on in the heavens. There is a lot of shaking up, a lot of shifting and shaking, disruptions. If you could read this heavens, you could see the pattern. There are shiftings, changings every month. There's, you're going to have the outcome here. No, it's going to be this outcome. Next month, you're going to have the outcome here. No, it's going to be this outcome. There's a lot of shifting and changing. And why? We got to get knocked off of our feet. We got to be woken up. It's wake up, wake up, wake up. Something is going on. You have been sleeping way too long, and we got to get going now. We need to rise up. And in the month of the previous month, which we actually have an anomaly here, that our moon is in Capricorn. The month, Tevet, actually, is the Hebrew, which we had last month, but the moon is there. But now the Hebrew month is Shevat. So we got excuse me, I got my little doggies here. They want to join me. You want to see my little doggie? Here's my little Cody. This is my little Cody. Huh? He says, I don't know anything about a camera. I don't know anything about a camera, right? Yeah, he says, but I want to help you. Help you. Okay? Well, you got to go back down again because I need to finish this. So from Tevet, there's great anger, and we need to learn to deal with our anger. And that's the same thing this month, anger, and then shift it into something productive. At this point, many believers' lives are revving up. You don't feel like you're that person that can change the world, but something's revving up, and you're saying, I hope somebody does it. I hope somebody gets the revelation. I hope somebody really charges up and takes over. Well, God's getting us ready. He's revving us up, and this month now shifts us into thinking about a new way. This is the New Year of the trees, as I said, and the trees are in the Bible. It's a likeness of who we are planted in the Lord. And the righteous shall flourish like the trees, and the trees of the fields are waving. And there's several verses that talk about the trees, the New Year of the trees. So this year, at this month, people think about what are my habits, my dietary habits. It's a month of fasting, also to prepare to cleanse yourself, pray and fast, so that we can understand, because there's a lot of downloads, a lot of changes going on. A lot of people are going to be stepping into the new calling. This is the time for new appointments, new assignments. And we got to have that foundation in the Lord. Now, the letter of the month of Shevat is Tzadi. Tzadi. This is the letter, the Hebrew letter, the 18th letter, which means life, l'chaim. So we've got the promise of life this month, thinking about life. And then we also see that it also is the root word for the priest, the tzadi, the righteous. The righteous. Now, the righteous people make a commitment to excel in their lives in certain things. And even though they may be a mess in other areas, the Lord has called them on this one area, and they're focusing in and excelling in that. So this is a month to ask the Lord, or ask yourself, is there something? Is there something that you have wanted to do? Is there something you know? This not the coming time here now, with all this disruption, the Lord's going to put a new call into your life. Is there a new call? Or is there one that you've got to get going on and get it going for this new season? Because we're all going to be involved. Right now, we've had a president that has led us, that has been strong, that has demolished strongholds and moved us forward. But now when we move into the next 4 years, we've got to take a part. You can see how strong the other side is, how strong they are in their beliefs, how dedicated, devoted, determined. Where are we? Yes, we can pray, we can ask God and have Him do everything, which basically is what's been happening now. But the people need to now also join along and work with God in this new partnership for this new era where we are going to be changing things. Now, it is going to be a couple of rough months still, because what has happened in January 2020 is now reaching the climax. I mean, you've seen all year long, all the things, all the lies, all the things that have been exposed, all the injustices, and now it's going to happen. Now is when people are going to get deep into their souls and say, this is not right. Both sides. Both sides. Both sides have exactly the same drive, or will be, the believers are going to rise up. but they both feel that passionately about their cause. So we got to get our cause out there. We got to get the cause of the Lord. And he gives us this month, he says, to plant yourself like a tree. And there are two paths. In Psalm 1, the Psalms are so good. There are so many things in the Psalms to read, to comfort yourself, to find assurance. You know, there were a lot of situations in the Bible that people needed help to get through. In those Psalms, they comfort. Blessed is the man, Psalm 1, who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or set foot on the path of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by the streams of water, yielding its fruit in season, whose leaf does not wither, and whose prospers in all he does. So this is the righteous. We are feeding on the word, feeding from the tree of life, feeding and eating from that to give us strength in your personal time, in your private time, in your time at church, in your time at the synagogue, in the time at the congregation, wherever, in your morning time. This is where you're going to be seeking the Lord. And wherever you are, there's still a quiet voice to tell you to go here, to go there. This is going to be very important now because we cannot see everything that's happening. The Lord knows, and the Spirit will guide you and direct you to where you need to be. But, so this is the righteous man. It says, not so for the wicked. They are cut like chaff driven off by the wind. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners in the assembly of the righteous. Or the Lord guards the path of the righteous, but the wicked will perish. So even though we got two sides going now, the righteous for all eternity will flourish. Again, Psalm 92:12. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. This is the month of the trees. The trees. How do the trees relate to our lives? The foundation, the strength, that oak tree so strong. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they will still bear fruit. Healthy and green they will remain, to proclaim the Lord is upright. The Lord is my rock, and in him there is no unrighteousness. This is what the righteous, the tzaddik, the tzadi, which turns into the tzaddik, that says, Lord, give me the skill and ability to do my purpose, my plan, the plan you have for my life that you have given to me. Help me to excel in it at this time. Where is my place? That Star of Bethlehem in everyone's life is speaking to someone. They're speaking to someone, each one of us, if we're listening. What is our role? Now, you may have a role right now just praying for everything that's going on. There are people on the front line right now taking care of this stuff. A front line, dangerous, hard, but the Lord has prepared them for it. Our job is to back them in the Spirit, to pray for them. And then, as it stirs and rises in you, what is going to be your part? What can you do? We're going to start rising into soul groups where we work together with a common cause to work on that part of what the Lord has called us to. Could be in your community, could be just in your workplace. It could be in all the unrighteous things you're seeing now, like with the media that needs to be adjusted and all this. What's your part in it? What is your past experience led up to? Have you had experience in television, in media, in advertising? You know, this could be a place where you're now going to be called to bring a light into it. Now this month we have Aquarius, which is Shevat, is the constellation of Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer. And the water bearer has the picture of that man pouring water down. And this is the water. We could speak of the water of life. The water from the sanctuary flowing down. The Aquarius water bearer. This is a rebellious sign. This is an individualistic sign. This is a sign that cares about others, but stands up for their own rights. Bold. This is my right. You're not going to take it away from me. Right now we don't have the voice because the other voice is stronger. But we can still individually stand up for every area that we come in contact with where we should stand up. No, I'm not giving up my right in that area. Now we have to be sensible about it because we don't want to get arrested, because there's going to be a timing for this, a timing for everything. But the water from the sanctuary of heaven, think of that. And the trees, it says in Ezekiel 47:12, along both banks of the river, fruit trees of all kind will grow. This is when the heavenly Jerusalem would have a whole new, but as above, so below. We have a taste of that now. This is how we're supposed to act and believe and strive for. It says their leaves of the trees will not wither, their fruit will not fail. Each month they will bear fruit, because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will be used for food, and their leaves for healing. So the water is flowing from the sanctuary into our lives to fill us, to cause us to be able to produce fruit every month. Every month, that monthly cycle, monthly teaching, monthly knowing. Revelation 22:2. Then the angel showed me a river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and the Lamb down the middle of the main street of the city. On either side of the river stood a tree of life, bearing 12 kinds of fruit and yielding a fresh crop for each month. And the leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nations. Now, right now, we're still sprouting. The buds haven't even come yet. Secretly and quietly, the energies are beginning to strengthen for those plants now that have been dormant to start to the circulation, the sap, the things that need to start going. And this is what's happening in our lives. We've been dormant for a season, for a lifetime. Many have been dormant. And now we've got to wake up. Wake up. What is going on out there? This is a season to buckle up and wake up, because things are going to be exposed that you're going to be shocked about. You're not going to believe our world is the way it is, but it is. And now we've got a chance to work with the Lord in reconfiguring this for the next era. This time now we are coming right out of it. We're still not even out of the old. We're just getting out of it. So there's a lot of disruption. A lot of things still have to be exposed. A lot of the plans that the Lord has will still be exposed. And then the healing can begin. Our fruit will, grow and leaves for the healing a little bit down the road. Right now, we're still need a little healing ourselves. But this is what's coming up right now. We're planting ourselves firm in the Lord with scripture, meditation, with seeking Him, observing what's going on. First of all, realizing the world is not what we thought. We have had a big screen put over our eyes, and that veil of blindness, the manipulation, the corruption is going to be exposed. So first we need to just be stable, get the roots in the ground. And then as the months go on, we'll start to flourish. And because of that Star of Bethlehem and the energy and the meaning and all this of it, we'll begin to crave something else. The evil will be dealt with, and we'll have a new slate to go on to a different life. Now, this is not happening 1, 2, 3. We're going to have a rocky year. We're going to have big stuff happening still in the next couple months. Then around Passover, this is where the rabbis and even if you don't celebrate Passover, the leaders of the church, to fill the people. There'll be a message for the rabbis and the teachers and the pastors around that time of Passover. Resurrection, to guide the people through then till the fall feasts. After the fall feasts, things may get a little, well, actually the end of the year, but there's this cycle. There's this plan, a step. Right now we're still like this, and this is going to go on until next High Holy Days, Rosh Hashanah. But there'll be a little reprieve then coming at the Passover time, the resurrection time. So it's going to get better, But right now, you got to pray and believe and do your part. Maybe, again, like I said, your part is just to pray and seek the Lord and support those that are on the front lines. But your part will come too. Every person has a part. Every person has a place in this. And every person is not on the front line. Most are in the back, supporting those, or filling the purpose in your family, in your work, in your community, in your church, in your congregation. You've got a part. And the Lord now, in the righteousness, wants you to commit to that, to commit to discover what it is, and to begin to develop it and see where you can use it in this new era. We are here for such a time as this, and we each have a purpose. Drink from that water. Drink through your actions, your prayer time, your separating, like the righteous, the tzaddik. Separate, and then this tzaddik, this version of it, firm foundation. Looks like a tree kind of, with the tree, the roots, very, very firm. Our roots are firm in the Lord. And we know He's got a plan, and He guides us and directs us to where we need to be, where we need to live, what we need to say. So this is the time right now. Shaking going on, and but good things are happening. There are people that have been put in place to make this happen, but they still need our prayers because there's a lot of forces against it. You've seen them. So pray, believe, and then ask the Lord, where is my part in this new era? Because new exciting things are coming. And help me to get through this, Lord. Help me not to lose my faith. Help me not to pull my roots up and go somewhere else. Keep my roots in that stream with the living water flowing right onto me so that I can be strong and fulfill the purpose you have for my life. Now, if any of you want to know more about your purpose, where that Star of Bethlehem great conjunction fell in your life, in the area of life that you are asked to respond to your ability and prepare. See, this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is very integral, even in the lives of the Jewish people, because 20 years it takes for Jupiter to go around, and then it conjuncts, it meets up with Saturn. And again, these are pointers, instruments, flow from God. It's all from God. They're not individual entities doing anything. They are symbols and have an effect on this world in whatever way God has placed it to be, because they're part of our solar system. So it's not that they have the power, it's God flowing through them, through those different levels, like 5 different levels, from His Yud He Vav He, holy name, tetragrammaton, permutation for each month, to the tribes, to the months, to the season. I mean, every month has its own thing. But went off on track there. But in your chart, you've got a place that the Lord wants you to excel in. And we can find that out by looking at your natal chart, your birth chart, the star maps, the star map of the primary star pattern of the heavens. And if you will contact me at newmoonscelebrations.com, I will be happy to let you know what area of life you are going to be growing in the next 20 years or so. What I was going to say is about the Jewish men, because then after 20 years, they were ready for the army. And they believe that after the 20 years, they would know which part of the army they fit in based on, in their previous 20 year, when they were born, where that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction fell in their natal chart. This is the area of their expertise, their righteousness, their contribution. So we can find out more about yours. God still has all the details, but He gives us a little glimpse that we can say, no wonder I've had an interest in that, or encouraging, yeah, that is me, and thank you for this encouragement that I am going to excel in this. So if you want to know more, contact me at newmoonscelebrations.com, and I've got a book for you that will explain the different parts in your chart so that you can understand more who you are. This is a time of identity. There's a shift, and you are shifting. And this has the answers. The Lord has the answers. So contact me and get your book, and the insight onto your chart, your personal chart, which needs your birth date, time, and place. And we can get you started on that. God has a system in place that is like the emergency broadcast system that can supersede anything that's going on in the world to tell us what's going on. And he says he's got it. He's got the plan. Don't fear, don't fret. Just hang on tight, buckle up, and seek him. Plant your roots, drink of that water, and prepare for the good things that are coming. The bad is being exposed, and the good is coming, personally and in the world. So God bless you. I thank you for the people. There's people that I have just been amazed at what they can learn from their birth charts. And because this is a controversial, taboo topic for many believers, I can't go listing, so-and-so and so-and-so said this. I may start to do that in a more private way so that people cannot be identified, because people are afraid of this. But you can learn more about the religious systems and what's happened and how we've been funneled over into thinking a certain way. So there are a lot of people that have been helped already, a lot of people in the world that have been helped by other people that know about this, but I want to help you. I want you to know what you are made of so that you can be strong and courageous and firm, secure, knowing the God of the universe made you this way with these gifts and talents. Our identities, our self-identity will increase, which will, of course, it's all in the Lord. We are not arrogant. We are humble. This also in the Hebrew, they say it's like a Hebrew man bending down and praying. I don't quite see it, but that's what it represents, that it is humility before the Lord. A righteous man is humble before God. So it's not to boost ourselves up, it's to go, wow, God, you made me. You know everything about me. Because I know when you tell me that's me, that is me. I see it. I see it in my life, and you tell me in the star pattern, that's what it says. It's an amazing thing. So again, if you want to know more, newmooncelebrations.com. On there, there'll be a page, and then you can request the book and your reading. Okay? This is for you. This is a gift for you for this new era, so that you can come in with it strong and bold and take your place. Because we all have an assignment. Assignments are given out this month, the month of Shevat. And it's time to take your place. Okay? Don't be confused anymore. Get on track with God through his monthly cycle, monthly messages, and understanding how it impacts your life and your chart. So God bless you. I would appreciate if you would like this and share it if you are led to, but if you would just like it to get more people involved and get the message out, because it's for such a time as this. We're building an army of God. We're getting from the grassroots down, planting our roots and growing through the water that's coming from the sanctuary of God to fill us at this time and get us ready. So God bless you. Have a good month, and I will see you next month. Shalom.